We've all heard about stubborn belly fat, that frustrating layer that seems completely immune to every diet and every extra mile on the treadmill. But what if I told you the problem isn't your willpower and it isn't your calories? It's a silent chemical messenger called cortisol. When your stress hormone stays on for too long, it sends a direct signal to your body to protect that fat at all costs. Today, we're going to look at the science of why your body is holding on and the 3 natural techniques to finally flip the switch from store to burn. What is cortisol? Let's get clinical for a second, but I promise to keep it simple. Cortisol is a steroid hormone produced by your adrenal glands, which sit right on top of your kidneys. Think of cortisol as your body's built-in alarm system. It's governed by the HPA axis, hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. Evolutionarily, cortisol is a hero. If a lion jumped out at your ancestors, the brain signaled the adrenals, flood the system. Glucose, sugar, is dumped into your bloodstream for instant energy. Heart rate spikes. Non-essential systems, like digestion and reproduction, are shut down to save power.
The problem? Your brain can't tell the difference between a lion and a passive-aggressive email from your boss. In 2026, we are living in a state of chronic low-grade stress. Our alarm is stuck in the on position. When cortisol stays high, it leads to gluconeogenesis. Your body constantly creates sugar, leading to insulin resistance. Visceral fat. Cortisol receptors are highly concentrated in the abdomen. Muscle breakdown? It literally eats muscle tissue to provide quick fuel. To understand how this looks in real life, let's look at Sarah and Mark. Sarah is a high achiever. She drinks 4 coffees a day, hits a high-intensity interval training class at 8 p.m., and scrolls TikTok until midnight. She feels productive, but she's constantly bloated, her hair is thinning, and she's irritable. Sarah is in a cortisol loop. Her body thinks she's constantly running from a predator, so it refuses to let go of fat stores. Then there's Mark. Mark has the same high-stress job, but Mark does 3 things differently. He views sunlight within 20 minutes of waking. He stops caffeine by noon. He practices physiological sighs. Mark isn't less busy than Sarah, he's just managing his biological signals. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to move from being a Sarah to being a Mark.
Natural strategies to reset. Here is your toolkit for biological peace. 1. The light-dark cycle, the circadian reset. Cortisol should naturally be high in the morning to wake you up and low at night. The hack: get 10 to 15 minutes of natural sunlight in your eyes first thing in the morning. This sets a timer for your melatonin to kick in 14 hours later and regulates your morning cortisol spike. 2. The physiological sigh, the immediate off switch. If you feel a spike of anxiety, use this technique, popularized by neuroscientists. How? Take a deep breath in through the nose, then a second sharp inhale at the very top to fully inflate the lungs, followed by a long, slow exhale through the mouth. This reinflates the alveoli in your lungs and signals your vagus nerve to slow your heart rate instantly.
3. Nutritional intelligence. Stop the spikes. High sugar leads to insulin spikes, which eventually causes a cortisol response when your blood sugar crashes. Magnesium and vitamin C. Your adrenal glands consume vitamin C faster than almost any other organ when stressed. Load up on leafy greens and citrus. 4. Movement audit. The irony of exercise. If your cortisol is already pinned at the max, a 60-minute grueling cardio session can actually make you gain weight by driving cortisol higher. The fix: switch to Zone 2 walking or resistance training and save the all-out intensity for days when you feel well-rested.
The cortisol conscious routine. Now, let's wrap all of this into a practical cortisol conscious daily routine that you can actually stick to. Your day begins the moment you open your eyes. Instead of reaching for your phone and flooding your brain with stressful news or emails, prioritize getting outside for that 7 a.m. sunlight. This simple act anchors your circadian rhythm and ensures your cortisol spikes when it's supposed to, in the morning, rather than late at night. As you move into your workday, try delaying your first cup of coffee until around 10 a.m. By allowing your natural waking cortisol to do its job first, you avoid the jittery over-caffeine spike and the inevitable afternoon crash that sends you hunting for sugar. Around 2 p.m., when the midday pressure usually builds, take just 3 minutes for a session of box breathing. This prevents the cumulative stress stacking that leads to burnout by 5 p.m. Finally, as the sun goes down, help your body wind down by dimming the lights and cutting out blue light screens by 8 p.m. By reducing this artificial sunlight, you signal to your brain that the day is over, allowing cortisol to drop and melatonin to take the wheel for a night of deep restorative repair.
Lowering cortisol isn't about doing less. It's about signaling safety to your brain. When your brain feels safe, it allows your metabolism to fire up, your sleep to deepen, and your mood to stabilize. You don't need a tropical vacation to heal your nervous system. You just need a few intentional minutes every day. Which of these symptoms did you recognize in yourself? Are you tired but wired? Or struggling with that cortisol belly? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more deep dives into the science of your health. Stay healthy, stay curious. I'll see you in the next one.